What is up, guys? It is your favorite Otaku Lotus here today, and welcome back to the Nerd Corner. And in today's video, I'll be bringing you my very first ever manga tag video. And this is actually something I've been meaning to do for almost like 3 weeks now, and I'm kind of ashamed to admit that. So I do want to give an apology to the homie Armoured Otaku. He's the one who started this manga tag video and tagged me in the original video, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it. And so many other people have been tagged and gotten involved, and I've just been putting it off and procrastinating, and then just not being able to find the right time to do it. But I'm finally getting around to it, so no excuses, no wasting any time. We'll jump straight into it. And the very first question is, what is the first volume of manga you ever owned? It's got to be Naruto. It's the first manga that I ever got into, so obviously when I started buying manga, it only made sense that this was the first one I picked up. And I'm probably going to go through these questions relatively quickly, but if there's anything you want me to talk more about, expand upon, elaborate, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below and we'll talk. Next question is, what is your favorite volume of manga in your collection? And after giving it some thought, I thought it was kind of an odd question at first, but the more I thought about it, I figured that title would definitely go to Volume 13 of Dead Man Wonderland. Dead Man Wonderland is one of my own personal favorite series. It's tied with Rurouni Kenshin and Slan for me as my number one. And you might be able to throw Death Note up there too. I love all those series very, very much. But yeah, this is the best volume in the series in my opinion. It's the final volume, has this beautiful cover. Dead Man Wonderland has awesome artwork. I love the characters, and this is the pinnacle of the story for me. I think the ending is perfect. I love it. So if I had to pick, just one volume from a series, that'd be my favorite. I thought that'd be odd to do at first, but after giving it some thought, like I can definitely do that with this. It's my favorite volume from one of my favorite series, so yeah. Next question is, what is the most expensive manga in your collection? And that would be A Girl on the Shore by Enio Asano. I don't own any like rare or out of print manga, at least as far as I know. So none of the manga that I own is worth anything more than retail price, if that. So just going based off of retail price, this was $18.95 USD. I didn't even pay that much. I ordered it from Right Stuff, so I paid about 12 or 13 bucks, and that's the most that I've ever spent on a manga volume. So there we have it. Next question is there any manga in your collection you regret buying? And I gotta give that to One Piece, and this is about as close as it gets. I don't want to say that I regret buying this because, one, I didn't buy this. Two, I don't really regret it because, let me explain. Some of you already know that I'm not a fan of One Piece, but I got this before I had actually, given One Piece a fair chance, and I started off by, getting this. I actually picked this up before I was into collecting manga, and I just had a couple volumes here and there just because I thought it was cool, and this was before I knew about manga videos and to stay in the industry and all that. I just was hanging out at Books A Million one day, and they were having a buy two, get the third for free, and I was like, oh, dope, I'm gonna pick up a couple volumes, why not? I like anime and manga. And all I had at the time was like Naruto Volume 1 and Dragon Ball Volume 1, just because, like I said, I wasn't really collecting, I just had them for show. And I picked up Volume 1 of Death Note because I had seen that and I loved it. I picked up Volume 1 of Rosario Vampire just because I recently watched that anime. I thought it was hilarious and I just wanted to have it. And I didn't know what to get for the third volume, and I was like, oh, I know about One Piece, I'll grab One Piece. It was one of the only series that I was really familiar with. And I remember seeing it on Toonami back in the day. And yeah, so I decided to get One Piece. But as it turns out, I'm not a fan of One Piece. I've read over 100 chapters of the series. I don't like it at all. So this is my least favorite volume of manga in my collection. But I can't really say I regret buying it because I got it for free. So I'll probably just end up giving this away, maybe here on the channel eventually. So yeah, look forward to that maybe. Next question is, what is the manga in your collection that you're most proud of? And for me, that would have to be Dragon Ball. I own all 42 volumes of Dragon Ball, and that includes Dragon Ball Z, so 1 through 16 of Dragon Ball, and then 1 through 26 of Dragon Ball Z. And I really love the series, man. It's so classic and nostalgic, and it's just so much fun. And if you follow me on Twitter, you guys know that I recently reread through Dragon Ball Z like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And I had as much fun with it, and I enjoyed it as much as I always have, like even as much as when I was younger. And personally, I prefer, Dragon Ball Volumes 1 through 16 more than Z, but I still really love Z. And I own the entire series, and I bought every single volume brand new. And I guess that's something worth being proud of. I mean, I'm not against, anyone who buys secondhand manga. I've got plenty of manga in my collection that's secondhand. But it's always great. I mean, I do the whole sustain the industry thing because it's about, actually paying for manga, putting money back in the pockets of the creators and the distributors and stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of proud that I own 42 volumes of the series, the complete series, and I bought it all brand new. I guess it's not something I would like brag or boast about, but I guess if I had to say what I'm most proud of in my collection, I guess it would be Dragon Ball. The next question is, how do you organize your manga collection? And I'm probably going to throw up some footage on screen right now because I can probably show you better than I can tell you. But since I don't actually have any shelves, my manga is just kind of just piled up in the corner of my room. The majority of it sits on this table beside my bed, and it's stacked up pretty neatly. It's not alphabetized or anything like that, but all the volumes of a series are together, but that's about as organized as it is. There's some volumes on the floor that are, they're not like haphazardly placed all over the place, but they're neatly all together. I think it's just my Bleach volumes that are on the floor. And then any of the manga that I have that comes in a box set, I leave it in the box set. Just like my Naruto box sets, my Full Metal Alchemist box set, the Death Note box set, the Pokemon Adventures box that I have. And yeah, so like I said, I've probably got some footage on screen for you guys to see right now how that works, but yeah. The next question is, what is one out-of-print manga you wish you had in your collection? And I'm going to give that to Code Geass Elusive Rebellion, because I love that anime, and there's eight volumes. Well, there's several different Code Geass manga. There's like Suzaku the Attack and Nightmare of Nunnally and probably some others, but I want the Elusive the Rebellion one, because like that's the one that's, I guess, the closest to the anime. It's like 8 volumes. It was published by Bandai, but obviously they no longer distribute manga, so it's out of print. It's hard to find, hard to come by, and it's expensive when you do find it. But if I ever came across a complete lot for a good price, I'd be all over it. So Code Geass, definitely. Next question is, what is one manga you wish was translated into your native language? And I gotta go with Anohana, because I've had my eyes on the Japanese volumes for quite some time. It's one of my favorite anime series that I've seen. Very emotional, very beautiful. I love the artwork that I saw from the manga. So I'd love it if that got an English release. There's some other titles out there too that I'd love to get an English release, like Shaman King Flowers. That'd be dope. But yeah, I think I'd give it to Anohana. Next question is, omnibus or single volumes? And let me just grab Dragon Ball real quick here. If it were up to me, in a perfect world, every single volume of manga that ever gets released would be just like this. One volume, individual, 200 pages, this exact size. It really bothers me that, all manga that gets released isn't the same size. Like, I just wish they were all, neat and tidy on the shelf, all perfect, the exact same trim size, but that's not the case. And that bugs the living hell out of me. I mean, I deal with it, but I really wish that every manga that got released was an individual volume that was the exact same size. That's just how I feel. That's just my own personal preference. I think this is the perfect size. I like the way it feels in my hands. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. I just don't like omnibus volumes or like 2, 3, definitely anything above 3 is like way too much, but beyond 2, I can't really deal with it. Like, I've got a couple of series that are 2-in-1s, like Salon in Here, A Girl on the Shore, and All You Need Is Kill, and maybe one more that I'm forgetting about. But even still, even though those are okay, I would like it more if they were individual volumes. So that's just me. And then the final question before we get out of here is, what is one underrated or unknown manga series you would recommend to others? And that is Shaman King. Now, I don't want to say that this series is like super unpopular or underrated or anything like that. I always thought it was more popular than it actually is, but I've been surprised to find out that the more people I meet, I'm finding more and more people that have either never read the series, have never watched the anime, or have never even heard of it at all. And I thought it was popular just because I knew about it, alongside, Hakusho and Dragon Ball and Naruto and Rurouni Kenshin and stuff. But apparently that's not the case. So to anyone who hasn't read Shaman King, I do recommend it. I mean, I understand why some people haven't. It's kind of somewhat under the radar. It's 32 volumes, so it's a bit of a commitment. But it's one of my own personal favorite series, actually. And I'm rereading it again currently for like who knows how many times this is now. And I've probably read this series more than I've read any other manga, more than I've read Dragon Ball or Yu Yu Hakusho or Naruto or anything. Well, I've only read Hakusho once, but more than Dragon Ball, and that's probably the second manga the manga that I've read the second, most amount of times. But I love the series, and it's about this character here named Yasakura who fights alongside spirits, and he's trying to become the Shaman King. And I don't really want to talk about it too much because I think I want to do a whole separate video talking about Shaman King, recommending this series to people. But definitely check it out if you haven't before. It's really dope, has great artwork, a lot of awesome characters, and a really dope story. And it's a battle shonen series, so if you're into that type of thing, check it out. If you're not, well, beware. It does follow some stereotypical shonen tropes and stuff, but it also has its own unique qualities and flavor and its own personality, so it's something that I love a lot. But yeah, that's it. But that'll do it, guys. That is every question in this tag video. And before we get out of here, I just gotta tag a few people. I would have tagged a lot more, but a lot of them have been tagged already and already done their videos because I'm so far behind on this. But before we jump out of here, I'm just gonna hit the boy Blade Ninja. So shout out to the homie Aaron, and I'll leave all these people who I'm tagging. I'll leave the channels in the description down below. I also want to tag the homie Memory because you've been collecting a lot of manga lately. Ever since you started working, I see you splurging, Playboy. So definitely want to see your thoughts. You know, I think you'd have some interesting answers for this. I also want to tag NZ Anime Manga, who is a much bigger YouTuber than I am, so he may or may not do this, who knows. I'll send it to him, and if I get a response, that'd be dope. He is subscribed to me, and he has seen some of my videos, but who knows. But yeah, he was one of the inspirations behind this channel. He's a big, you know, anime manga YouTuber. Well, roughly 20,000 subscribers, so bigger than me, but not huge or anything. But yeah, NZ Anime Manga. Mr. Steel Senpai, another YouTuber who's bigger than me, you know, a few thousand subscribers, and still counting. And Azrael Sword 100, just another homie of mine that, you know, does pickup videos and stuff. So that's everybody that I'm going to tag. You know, if I didn't say your name, I do apologize. If you want to jump in, feel free. You know, I don't judge, I don't discriminate. I don't want anybody to feel left out. But that'll do it. So that's everything I got for today. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you guys can stay tuned for all the awesome content I plan to bring you. And with all that being said, that's all I've got for today. So I will catch you guys next time. Later.